大家好，欢迎收看彰化县国际教育全球资讯网人物专访节目，我是主持人林吉祥。在今天的节目中，我们访问的对象是国际组织 Opus People 亚洲之行的行程负责人 Mark Whitaker。Opus People 是一个国际青年组织，每半年招收全球约20个国家，年纪在18到29岁之间的青年环游世界。旅行期间，他们会做音乐表演、社区服务、文化交流等活动。这次9月和10月间，他们在彰化二林停留了将近2个礼拜，期间与寄宿家庭和学校有很多的互动。Mark 虽然才20几岁，但是要担负的责任非常重大。除了要事先寻找寄宿家庭、安排每天行程之外，还要规划各种后勤支援，压力非常的大。但因为有这种磨练，使他举办国际活动的经验非常丰富。今天我们要特别请他来跟大家分享他3年多在 Opus People 的学习心得，并谈谈这次在二林办活动的经验分享。Mark,
Hey Luke.
Welcome to our show. I have some questions for you. First, could you introduce yourself a little bit?
Sure, my name's Mark and I come from the United Kingdom. I'm from a town called Halifax, which is in West Yorkshire. And I'm 26 years old. I'm currently the tour manager for Up With People.
So how many countries have you been to?
Wow, in the last 3.5 years, we've been to close to 20 different countries. Working directly in each country, perhaps about 12. Lots and lots of really interesting places.
So what made you join the organization Opus People?
Well, throughout college, I studied business and Spanish at the University of Manchester. And in the third year, we had to do something similar to a study abroad or a work abroad. And what that meant for every person in our class on our language course was that we had to go to a Spanish-speaking country. And a lot of my friends went to Spain and they studied there. But I chose to take a different path, and Up With People was one of the many groups that I wrote to asking for an internship. And it so happened that there was an internship available for 6 months, and the majority of that internship was based in Mexico, in northern Mexico, in Monterrey, and then further central in San Luis Potosí. So I did that internship, loved it. It taught me all about how to do business in different countries, work with a different culture, and learned all about Mexico, and it was really enjoyable. And after that internship, I completed my studies and applied for a job, and here I am 3.5 years later.
Could you tell us what you have learned from the experiences with Up With People?
I think Up With People tells you, as a young person, it teaches you how to lead from an early age. So I would say definitely I've learned how to lead. I've also learned how to be patient and how to... I always was hardworking, but I didn't really understand the meaning of hard work until I started on PR with Up With People. So those are some of the core things that I've learned.
So could you talk about your experiences in Erlin and the CASP's response to the feedback to the tour here?
Sure. Well, we were in this area in 2010, and that's actually when we met and we first started working together, and I was really excited to come back to Changhua County and especially Erlin, because I knew we would be working with you guys again, with My Culture Connect, and with some really great local people. So to be in Erlin, it was just great. We had the team, and myself and Diego from Mexico, we had a really great host family, and we lived with them and worked really hard with Tina and also you guys to make it a successful trip. And finally, when the cast got into town, we were able to offer them something that they would never see anywhere else in the world. And we come to Taiwan because it's so culturally diverse and it's so culturally different from any other country that other people goes to. I think that Taiwan's very special and unique in that way. For the cast to come and visit Erlin, we stayed with over 50 host families with 100 people from 20 different countries, and that in itself all mixed together was just incredible. We did some great community impact. We worked with lots of local schools, elementary schools, high schools, and I think that whenever I've been to the schools before, and I've seen this with our students, having foreigners come in and do a workshop or a fun game or teach an activity, it's just so exciting for the local Taiwanese students, because I think that having foreigners in this part of Taiwan is not, say, as common as it would be in other places, you know. So they get a lot out of that experience, and for our students, being here has just been incredible. I've heard a lot of people have, commented on the hospitality shown by the local community, and again, that's we were discussing before. Taiwan is number one for hospitality. So thank you for being so generous.
My pleasure. So could you tell us how your experiences help you in your future work?
I think that PR has taught me a lot of things. So it talked about leadership, it talked about hard work, it talked about patience. And I think those three things, those core values, will what I'll take to my next job. And I also think that it's important to take stock of what we've all achieved in the last certainly my last 3 years, and the incredible things that we've got to do, and use those experiences. One of the things that it has taught me is not to be afraid and to be fearless, even in really challenging times and circumstances. And I think that's really important to realize, especially if we can come to countries such as Taiwan and teach young people to go out there and to be leaders and to not be afraid. If we as Up With people can inspire local children to say learn a language, we'll go in a classroom for maybe an hour or spend a day at the school. We're not going to be able to teach them the whole English language, but what we can do is touch that one person or touch a few people and just really inspire them to go out there and to have that want to communicate. Because once you can communicate, you can have more fun, right?
Yeah.
And the way to communicate is to learn another language.
Yeah.
And I think that's what My Culture Connect has tried to do, and does very well, and it's getting even better, reaching more schools. So I hope that we can continue this mission of connecting other cultures around the world, providing these experiences.
And I'm really grateful that you guys can come, because you give us a lot of learning opportunities. And do you have anything to add?
I think that we talked some great things here today, but I think that it's important to for everybody watching to realize how much of an impact on a micro scale we can have. Like just hearing I talked to someone at the show the other night after they saw our show. Someone in Erling came up and said, "Your show was so inspiring. This is the first time in Erling that we've had such a great performance." And naturally, I said, "Thank you so much for saying that." But he continued and said, like, "No, you really don't understand. Like, this never happens. You guys are so special, and we're so grateful for us to come." And for me, that was incredible, because as Up With people, we depend on the community.
Mm-hmm.
But in this sense, it made me realize that the community, gets so much out of our visit. It's incredible, and that one comment really made my night.
And I heard many people talking about they want to host again next year or in 2 years.
Yeah.
So they're looking forward to your arrival again.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you for coming to our show.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me. Thanks, Luke.
从以上的访谈当中，相信大家应该感受到 Opus People 这些年轻人从做中学的态度。他们勇于尝试新的事物，接受各种挑战，并且在各种压力与挫折当中学习宝贵的人生经验。比起一般备受呵护的台湾学生，他们更有勇气突破自己，是值得大家学习的对象。目前，政府或企业界无希望培养具备国际观的领导人才，希望借由这次 Opus People 到彰化的访问，能够刺激大家对于国际教育更多的反思。感谢大家的收看，下次再会。